Just one second, mate. Just give me a second. I'll call you in a second.
And I don't understand why he's been recording our stuff.
Did you see me recording?
Yes,
Where?
I did. You've got it in your hand.
What?
You kept clearing round. You weren't recording here.
I didn't see you.
It doesn't matter. I saw you. What?
But have you listened to what I told you from the...
Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I'm in a place called Witney and I'm at a place called Open Reach. And as you all know, as most of us will know, Open Reach are responsible for the infrastructure for our telephone lines, much of our cabling, although there's a lot more companies doing it nowadays. But I think when you buy a new building or a new build, I think Open Reach do the stuff in the road. So you've got a data and a telephone line if you need it. So here's the entrance here. Looks all a bit shabby here, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. Is that the mailbox? Don't look in great condition, does it? Looks like it's been forced open at some stage. And they've got some of this Heather's fence in there. I suppose that's where they keep in their scaffold poles. There's someone coming now.
Can I help you?
What?
Can I help you?
What do you mean?
Well, why are you recording?
Where?
I just saw you with your camera. You were recording our stuff. Why?
No, I was just doing a little movie video.
I'd rather you didn't record our equipment, if you don't mind, please.
Who are you?
We're Open Reach. This is a business.
Who are you then? You work?
I work here.
I thought. Where'd you come from then?
I was in my van.
You're in the van. So what are you doing here?
Because I work here.
No, here. At the.
Because I work here.
No, but here with me.
Because I saw you recording.
Yeah.
Andre, this guy's been recording our civil stuff.
Yep. Just one second, mate. Just give me a second. I'll call you in a second.
And I don't understand why he's been recording our stuff.
Did you see me recording?
Yes,
Where?
I did. You've got it in your hand.
What?
You kept clearing round. You weren't recording here.
I didn't see you.
It doesn't matter. I saw you. What are you to do? What are you doing here?
I was just looking.
But why are you recording it?
Well, I was going to just have a look.
That sounds really nice, to be honest. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. To be honest with you, yeah, legally you're allowed to film whatever.
Yeah.
Because you're outside. It doesn't make sense anyway, but I suppose that's your life choice, isn't it? So you do whatever you have to do.
I've got a little drone that I was going to fly over your wall.
I have no idea if legally you're allowed to do that or not, but to be honest, yeah, we would prefer not to, because we are breaking in quite often, as you can see by that gate.
It's a security risk.
We're breaking in quite often, and the fact that you're here filming, with all respect, doesn't make it seem...
And you can't really justify why you're recording it?
I was going to do a video and then put it on the Intercontinental Highway, you know?
Yeah, but this is private property, isn't it?
This isn't a highway.
What?
This isn't a highway, this is a business.
Yeah, but I was going to put it on the highway.
Yeah, but like I said, this is like private property, isn't it? It's, you know, by all means, you do what you want to do
from this way
here
going
onwards.
on.
But this is private property, and it doesn't make it seem legit, to be honest. Like I said, we have enough security issues as we have without you having filming it.
Right.
Because No, it's a bit of deck and whatever. You know, you do you, each to their own. But I don't see the pleasure of filming bits of deck.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But like I said, you know, by all means, from here onwards, you do whatever. But please don't send drones because, like I said, this is private property.
But I was going to do one on the actual building, on the roof.
No, you can't do that.
But it's tiny. It's a tiny.
It doesn't matter. It's private property. You have to get.
Yeah.
It's like a safety issue for us, as you understand. This is like a proper building with infrastructure, with telecoms infrastructure.
There's a lot of there's a lot of equipment and money and stuff tied up in this building, so you can't just.
Well, I was just going to do a little video. I just got my drone and it was going to go on the.
You're absolutely fine doing it that way.
Do it that way, but I don't want you filming in here.
So what you're saying is that sort of not over.
No. Because you're
how high?
invading our property, isn't it?
But I can go high. Can I go higher?
Why are you being awkward, my good sir? Like I said, there's nothing here of extreme beauty.
There's other lovely buildings.
Yeah.
Why pick this one?
Because
it's ugly.
What? No, that's everyone. Everyone has their own sort of idea of beauty.
But by all means, but this is what I said. You can film it from there here. But because you're about just public, you're not allowed to come in. At the same thing is, please don't send drones because this is private property.
But I'm not coming in.
Oh, I understand that, but equipment controlled by you is coming in and filming to do whatever you put on the highway.
Drone come in.
Yeah, but no. Why would you do that, my good sir? This is all a bit of pointless in my eyes. I just think you have to understand that you're about to do whatever you're doing from there. Yeah. You're not about to come inside. And to my knowledge, you're not about to send drones over our private property because you're not on highway. This is not highway anymore.
No, but it's for the intercontinental highway.
Like I said, my good sir, I'm sure that if we ring the owner of this property, he would be delighted to hear your story. But for all the purpose of the matter, you have no authorization to send nothing into private property because I wouldn't go and spy on your window.
But I've got documentation.
I understand that.
No,
but still, do you have consent?
Here.
From who?
From British Telecom.
Yeah, I got consent. I should have told you this at the beginning.
That's a good point to start.
Yeah, if you've got consent from British Telecom, then it's a different matter.
It's open. That tells me that I've got instructions there.
This is in Chinese. This is that's not even in our language.
Where? No, but it gives me.
Yeah, of course.
It gives me consent.
It will give you something, but like I said,
it gives me consent to come and film.
Like I said, unless we have some written authorization from our company.
I can't read that.
From our company.
And there's no headed paper.
There's a headline.
No.
That's fine, my good sir. But yeah, you have to understand our point of view, which is there's nothing from our company allowing you to come and film on private property.
But I've got my consent.
Yeah, but that consent is good for you, but it's not good for any employer of the company.
Yeah.
As you probably
this is the consent for here to come here.
This looks like it's Candy's camera or something.
Yeah,
like
it does. I'm waiting for somebody to
this is all a bit.
All I want to do is do my drone. Because up above and have a look.
Like I said, this is private property. You have no authorization from our company to be here. So, like I said, I understand that you're there. You can film whatever as long as you be careful. From there, with your devices, you're allowed to film. But to my knowledge, I might be wrong, but to my knowledge, you're not allowed to bring your drone into private property without authorization, which I'm 99% sure that you don't have. With all the respect. So like I said, by all means, film it from your GoPro and your hand cameras from there, but don't send any drones because that's trespassing.
I'm allowed to put my drone up?
No.
No, well,
you are that side, but not over our property.
Right. But all I come along, all I wanted to do was a little video and you come and spoiling it because I could have done it.
Probably 10 times over the last 10 minutes what you want to do.
But
we're not about to allow you to do that.
Right.
We've got to have our own internal security, and you're broaching our security at the moment.
Right. But I'm out here doing my drone, flying over.
Like I said, we can go over this for the next 10 years and you're going to keep your point and we have to keep ours, which is You're about to film with your devices from there, which is highways.
Highway.
You're not about to come inside. And more important, to my knowledge, you're not allowed to fly drones over private property unless you have authorization for that. That's not authorization from my company. That's not a legal voucher from my company. That's not nothing. So officially, you're not allowed to fly your drone over here.
No, I am. I mean, all I've come along is to be left in peace to do my video of the building.
I understand that, my good
I was
friend.
interested in the building.
And I'll tell you one thing. We're actually paid to do a job that we're not able to do now because we're having this conversation. At the same time, facts are still facts, which is, to my knowledge, you're not allowed and you don't have written authorization or nothing to say that BT Group is allowing you, Mr. whatever your name is, to film with a drone on our premises. So you're not allowed to do it.
But they don't have to give me permission?
Yes, they do.
They don't have to give you permission on the highway, my good sir. You cannot trespass, to my knowledge, you cannot trespass private property to film with a drone, to my knowledge. Same way that you wouldn't be pleased with that, would you?
What?
That's it. Please, film whatever you have to film, but if you're going to send the drone inside, we're going to have to call the police because that's trespassing.
I'm going to put my drone up, I'm going to put it over, and I'll only be an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most.
You're not getting
2 hours.
You don't have permission to do it. That's not me being difficult. It's me stating the facts, which is you look like you're joking with us because you provided a letter written in Chinese and something else, saying that that's authorization, which clearly it isn't. You know it's not, and all this is a bit pointless.
I just want to be left alone.
I completely
to
understand
do my
that.
drone.
Same as me, my good sir. I just want to be left alone. But the facts are, I've told you, first thing is you're allowed to film. It doesn't look normal on my eyes, but each to their own. So from there, you're allowed to film. Sending a drone into private property, to my knowledge, requires authorization, which you clearly don't have. And I know you want to be left alone. We all do, but that's why we have laws and we live in a society, isn't it? Because if we all do whatever we want to do and left alone for an hour or an hour and a half, this would be anarchy. So you have to understand that we as employers have the duty to report and to tell you that you're not authorized to do it. You're going to do whatever you want to do because you're a grown-up, but we are forced to call the police or call security to inform that you are trespassing and making footages on private property, which you're not allowed.
But I just came along.
Yes, my good sir, and I understand that, but have you listened to what I told you from the beginning?
But
I know I have an accent and I'm a bit awkward sometimes, but I think I'm being clear.
You're coming clear, but
so
I am
coming
allowed.
clear,
I'm allowed to put my drone over.
yes, not on private property, my good sir. You're allowed to put your drone over on the public streets or something, and if it's a small one, I believe you don't have to have a license. But once again, you don't have to have a license outside, not on private property. So, like I said, you're gonna do whatever you want to do. But if you're gonna fly your drone on private property, we are forced to report you. Simple as, and that's it.
But who to?
Well, we're going to report you to BT Security and we're going to report you to the police because you're trespassing, even though you probably have 20 cameras to prove that I kindly informed you 20 times that you're not allowed.
You got no cameras on me. Look, there's no cameras here anyway.
So you have your sunglasses, you have your GoPro, you have your handheld camera.
I've got to set it all up.
No,
and get my drone set up.
But my good sir, you're not getting it. I'll tell you once again. To our knowledge and our employees, which is with all respect the ones that pay our wages in the end of the month, we are forced to inform you that you're not allowed to do it. Same way as if you want to come in, I'm not allowed to use any force whatsoever to stop you. My duty to my company is to report that. So you're gonna do whatever you want to do, but I'm just informing you once again.
But I've got my authorization.
That's written in Chinese.
You know. Well, that's what you call it.
This have to be candid camera.
You know, all I'm doing.
Something like a joke.
All I'm doing is come along part. I was going to do a video. No one was here. You two weren't even here.
Yes,
I was here on my own.
Well, like I said, you know, as we are here, but I'm not Superman or I'm not some kind of Avenger or a police officer. As you're trying to.
So why didn't you leave me alone to do my drone?
Because we have to report that I'm paid by the company, my good sir, and we have the duty to report strange activity, which doesn't seem normal. Be careful, please.
And she's on to the, she's on, hello, she's ringing the police or security. That's ridiculous. All I'm doing is my drone. I would have done it by now.
My good sir, I completely agree with you, but you're missing the point that we have the duty to report these situations to the company that pay our wages. We're all here, not because we love it very much, but we're all here to do our part and to get paid in the end of the month. And as you understand, I'm not going to jeopardize my job because simple, you want to do your bit and you want to be left alone. And then if someone says, oh Andre, you were in the exchange and you haven't reported this issue, why?
Well, who's she reporting it to?
Well, she's going to start with BT Security, and after that, if BT Security instructs her to call the police, you'll have to do it. That's the protocol that we have to follow. It's not nothing against you, it's just the way it is.
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, because could go on all day, I'm going to set up my drone and my video and get it going. Okay?
I once again, I have to advise you that I believe, my opinion, I believe that's illegal.
Yeah. It's not. I've told you it's not.
Well, you even show me an authorization letter that seems legit. So for all purpose of this conversation, I told you several times that it's my opinion that it's illegal. You're gonna do whatever you're gonna do because you're a grown up, and so you're responsible for your own actions. We're dealing with our side of the water. If it's illegal, it's just illegal, Jules. Have they told you anything?
Well, the police won't do anything about it.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
That's because I'm allowed. That's what I tried to tell you.
If you're allowed, by all means, you crack on and do whatever you have to do. Joe have reported it to BT Security, so if anything comes down to us, we're covered.
But I am allowed. I am allowed.
To my knowledge,
no.
But if
no, but I'm trying to educate you.
Oh, but I appreciate that, my good sir. But to be honest, if you don't mind, I'll save the lesson. I'll go and have my lunch and I'll crack on, and I'll leave it with them. I apologize for this time, but like I said,
no, you've been very polite.
We are doing our bit.
Yeah.
If Joe have reported it, if BT Security say that it is what it is, by all means, just be careful, police.
Yeah, I will. I'll be over to the right.
By all means, you do.
Thank you, my friends. Thank you. And I think they're both walking off now, and they've been educated. They were polite, both of them really, particularly the guy. He was very knowledgeable, I thought. And they've gone back into their vans. And there's the building we've come to see. Look at that, it's quite an old, is that 40s, 50s building? With all the antennas on top. And the stairwell, is that a lift shaft there? You don't see them buildings every day, it's all modern stuff. You've got the lift shaft, is that a lift shaft? Sort of a stairwell. Probably 3 or 4 story. Well, let's get the drone up. We have checked drone assist. We are not in a flight restriction zone.
You're not come to give us an ad?
What?
You're not come to give me an ad?
That's all tarmac, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like a quick lay stuff.
Yeah, cold lay, yeah.
Cold lay. I thought OpenReach would get the real stuff.
Oh, it's nice. The small jobs just do this one.
Yeah. Mind you, I've put some of that down and it's still there. I've done it 5 years ago on a footpath outside a building.
Yeah, it's not too bad, the stuff.
No. Yeah. Now I'm going to put my drone up, just get a visual of that building. Iconic building, isn't it? Look at it.
Oh yeah, it's been there for ages.
Yeah, there's not many of them around now, see?
No, it's not.
Okay, thank you. What we'll do, we'll walk over here. It's a bit safer, I think. And we'll get a better view of the building. Well, let's get a bird's eye view of Open Reach, Witney. That's where I am, down there. And there's the entrance. And it's got a car park. I think that lady is still over there in that van. I don't know if she's having her lunch. I've got a feeling she's in there. Okay, there's the area they've said they've had to section off with some heavy fencing due to some burglaries or thefts. And there's a couple of skips there. And some other bits and pieces they've got. We'll have to bring this up a little bit higher to account for their antennas they've got. But if I turn around there, you can also see they do have the cable reels, which I suspect is what the thefts are. And there's the building itself. It is an iconic building, really. There's not many of them around. Built around there. I will want to go round it. And there's a stairwell at the back, and that is probably a lift covered by the bricks. And there's all the antennas. At the moment we can get a good view of the building and our drone. I won't be able to go any further because I'll lose sight. So I'll come round again. Yeah, we're not going to try and assist anyone breaking in because that's already been done, and some attempts of that. But we'll just have a look a bit closer on their roof. And there's the side of the building, and I think they have got an escape staircase there as well. Yeah. And that was Openreach, everyone. I think they got educated by their security, in fact. So in future, if anyone does come here, they know the law. There is no problem about taking videos into premises, providing you're outside. But I hope you liked that video. If you did, please subscribe or give me a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.